Hello Longfellow Middle Schoolers. Today we're going to be drawing our orthographic drawings for our gumball machines. We're going to start with our side view because it is the easiest to draw. In our previous video we learned how to draw our border along with our title block. If you've forgotten how to draw that, go ahead and rewatch that video. Today, again, we're drawing our side views, so we're going to put here in our title block under the name of our object, we're going to put in sides. We are going to place our views in from a bottom left-hand corner. We're going to place our front view. Above that will be our top view. We're not going to draw our right side view because everything we need to know to make this object, we're going to be able to learn from our front view and top view. So we're going to skip our right side view. Again, we're going to place our front view in the bottom left-hand corner. To start, I'm going to offset our bottom border up 1 inch and the left border in 1 inch. That'll give me the left side and the bottom side of our front view. Now we have our bottom edge, our left edge. Now what we want to do is we want to take this left edge and we're going to offset that in the width of our object. Our sides here are 2.5 inches wide. So I'm going to bring this line over 2.5 inches, make a dot down here, and a dot up here near the top. The reason I made this line extra tall is now I have my front view down here, and now I have both the left and the right edge of my top view up here. So now all I'm going to do is finish off my front view. This object is 3.5 inches tall. So take my ruler, mark up 3.5 inches, place my first dot. 3.5 inches, dot, connect them. This object is very simple, it's just a rectangle. There are no circles or holes in this object at all, just a simple rectangle. Our top view is going to be 1 inch away from our front view. So we're going to offset that up 1 inch, and our top view is 3/4 of an inch thick. So I'll mark my 1 inch offset and my 3/4 of an inch thickness right away at the same step, just so I don't have to keep moving my ruler around. So I'll measure up my 1 inch offset and my 3/4 of an inch thickness. There we have our front and top views. We're going to take our eraser and erase the extra here, these little tails. If you erase too much and you erase the corner a little bit, just come back with your straight edge and just try to redraw in that corner. There we have our front and our top view. The last thing we need to add to this is our extension lines and our dimension lines. The height of this object is 3.5 inches. And if you remember from our conversations before this, our extension lines come off of the edge of our object, but they do not touch the object line. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap and start my extension line. I usually do about an 1/8 inch gap, and then I'll draw my extension line in to the 1/2 inch mark. 1/8 inch gap, draw to the 1/2 inch mark. There's my extension lines for the height of this object. With the straight edge, I'm going to draw in my dimension lines. Leave a gap between your dimension lines for your dimension. Draw the arrows to make this look professional. Our height, again, is 3.5 inches. One of the rules of dimensioning is we want to place our dimensions between the views when possible. So our width of this object, I can get that in between our views. It doesn't matter if you place it on the front view or the top view. But one of the ideas is you want to dimension it where it's the most relevant. So here the front view is probably the most relevant. So that's where we'll dimension it off of. Draw our extension lines, same as before.
Dimension lines in between. Arrows to finish it off.
This distance is 2.5 inches. Last thing I need to know to be able to make this project out in the shop is how thick is it? If you want to make it look truly professional, you'll line up your dimension lines here in the front view and the top view. And that is 3/4 of an inch. We need to make 2 of these in the shop, one for the left side of our gumball machine, one for the right side. So we're going to make a note here that just, in all capital letters, big capital letters, note, make 2. There is the orthographic drawing for our sides.